When I first heard of the Great Monkey Massacre, how could I not investigate? The year was 2020. We were in the famous COVID lockdown. I was looking for places to go where my son and I would not encounter people. I stumbled across an article on the internet about a small town in Georgia with a strange but interesting story. The early 1900s in the rural South. Over a decade before television was invented, a small village of farmers. Think about it. No TV, no internet, little education. Now think about a circus train traveling from town to set up shows. All the exotic things country folks had never seen or heard of. The train crashes. Upwards of 20 people on board were killed in the crash. The boxcars were of course damaged. A troop of monkeys escape. Of course, with all the chaos, they are in a frenzy. The local farmers hear the crash and see the flames in the night. They come running. The monkeys are running away from the train. The farmers are running towards it. These farmers had never seen a monkey. So what they see are strange little hairy people running and screaming towards them. Like a scene from Planet of the Apes, there is a war. With superior firepower, the farmers prevail, and the monkeys are extinguished. Another version of the story is that the train crashed, 24 people on board were killed. The monkeys escaped and were hunted down and killed because they were attacking the people attempting to rescue the remaining victims, passengers, animals. No doubt there are several versions of the story. The common factors are around 1915, a circus train crashed and the monkeys were killed. Can you imagine seeing a creature like a monkey if you'd never seen or heard of a monkey? Especially at night, in the rain, and it's running and screaming away from a train crash? Wow. Fast forward almost 100 years and a bunch of strange monkey statues appear in the forest near where the incident occurred long ago. That adds to the story, doesn't it? At this point, there was no power on Earth going to stop me from going. Within a few days, Drake and I loaded up the FJ and plotted a route taking us about 2 hours south of home. After a bit of fumbling around, we found a little forested area just outside of the town of Johns Creek. There is actually a very nice small park there. There were no signs saying this way to the Monkey Massacre statues. We did manage to find a couple of trails and chose one that went deeper into the forest. After a bit of walking, there it was. When we arrived, all the monkey statues save two were in a circle around a tree. Two others for some reason had been cast out of the circle and were huddled together some 20 feet away. I'm not sure what those two fellows did to become kicked out of the group, but no doubt they deserved it. They had a look about them. I'm told that any given day you might visit this place to find the monkey statues in new locations, or even mysteriously gone completely, only to return another day. The other animals tend to move about as well. No artist lays claim to the statues. How unusual is that? There was a quiet stillness to the place the day we visited. We spent some time talking about life in general with our newfound monkey friends, then decided to continue down the trail deeper into the 100-acre wood or wherever this place was. We came to an area that overlooked something like a small gorge. As we looked around, we could see several animal silhouettes. Any other place this would have seemed odd indeed, but here, in this bizarre location, it felt normal. We slowly made our way around the trails, down to a low-lying area alongside a nice little stream, or creek or branch, or maybe it was a babbling brook. Regardless, it was pretty. We crossed the creek and began making our way towards the awaiting FJ. I took a step and hit my ankle on a stick laying along the edge of the path. When I looked, however, the stick moved. I was wearing low-cut socks, and I noticed my ankle was bleeding slightly. Then I realized the stick had actually bit me and left a mark much like you might expect from a vampire. The stick was brownish-gray in color and had a somewhat square head. Maybe a hog snake. We made our way to the FJ fine, cleaned the wound, applied a nice band-aid and headed for home. For those interested, there was some swelling, a very nice bruise, and that was all. The stick didn't murder me. Rumor has it that weeks after the train wreck, monkeys were spotted among farmers' crops stealing food. Is it possible some are still out there in the North Georgia mountains today, roaming the forests of Appalachia? That might help explain some other mysteries of the area.